Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Welcome to another Coffee Break French live workshop. Moi, c'est Marc et je suis très content d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui. Now, this is a live workshop. I am here. It is Tuesday afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, and you are watching in various parts of the world. Let's see where you are. Let's have a look here. We've got Kate, Canada Kate, joining us from Ontario, Canada. Fantastic. We've got Ian, près de Perpignan. Très bien. We've got Maggie in Sorède. Karen is saying, Bonjour Mark Pierre-Benoît. I'm watching from Tacoma Park in Maryland. I live a block from the Washington, D.C. line. Fantastic. We've got Dana in Tallahassee. Tam Lam joining us from Olympia, Washington, and Amit joining us from Israel. Fantastic. You're all very welcome. Now, we're broadcasting both on YouTube and on Facebook today. And over the next 20-25 minutes, the length of a coffee break, we are going to be doing some French learning. Now, we're actually going to be doing some reading today. Reading along with our colleague Pierre-Benoît, who will be joining us in just a moment. And we're going to be discovering something about the world using French, so we can learn something about the world in which we live, and we can also learn some French, looking at structures, looking at grammar, looking at vocabulary, and that's what it's all about. Now, let me see if my slides are working here. Yes, we are indeed here, because this is our Spring Forward promotion. Hang on, there should be, I think there's maybe going to be an echo here. Let me switch that echo off. I think now we're back together. This is, as I said, part of our Spring Forward promotion. We are helping you spring forward with your language learning. 4 days, 4 live workshops. You're going to be taking part in varied activities and experiencing the club. The club I'll tell you a little more about in just a moment. But yesterday, we did a video. We basically watched a video together, which was a Guess the Mystery Location video. And we were asking the question, As-tu deviné où je suis? Where am I? Have you guessed where I am? And today we're continuing this with the wrong slide. We are continuing this with some more French content. We're going to be doing a discovery video. And as I said, we're going to be joined by Pierre-Benoît very soon. Let's have a little look to see who else we've got here. We have let's look, we've got Richard joining us in Cheltenham. Chris is joining us in South Windsor. Sarah is joining us in Indiana. Anne is joining us from Belgium. Mark and Patty are joining us in Ohio. And we have lots more of you. Here's Claire in the Isle of Wight. And Pravesh saying, Pravesh is Indian, and votre premier membre. Okay, excellent. So as I said, we're going to be doing a little bit of reading today. And this comes from our special program, our special opportunity, which is the Coffee Break Club. And I'm going to tell you a little about that Coffee Break Club just now, because basically what we came up with was we identified the issue being that we can look for video content on YouTube. And of course, there's lots of video content on YouTube. Some of it's great, some of it's not so good. And in YouTube, it's very difficult to find content that will help you build your experience, build your understanding in a variety of ways. So basically, you can continue to progress with working through a language. But doing so on YouTube and finding YouTube content can be quite difficult. Now, there are so many different types of content providers out there. For example, we've got Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and all sorts of video on demand for our entertainment. But when it comes to learning content, then it's a little bit more thin on the ground. For example, if you were considering taking up fitness or getting fit, you've got content like Peloton or Apple Fitness, a whole range of types of fitness kind of content, Nordic Track as well, which is video content to help you get fit. What we wanted to do is take that whole experience, take the variety of YouTube, take the quality of Netflix and so on, and take the idea of continuing learning, continuing working through something that Peloton or Apple Fitness Plus provide, and put that into a language learning platform. And that is where we came up with the Coffee Break Club. It's an on-demand library of video lessons with hundreds of video lessons from expert teachers, varied activities, some of which you'll be seeing this week, and it's available as a web platform and an app. So that's the context of what you're going to be working through today. It's an example of one of our club videos. So hopefully that makes sense. This is a French video. We are broadcasting 4 different workshops on YouTube today. So this is French. We'll be continuing with German at 2:30. Then Spanish at 3 o'clock and Italian at 3:30. Those times are in the UK. So it will be 9 o'clock for French, 9:30 for German, 10 o'clock for Spanish, and 10:30 for Italian in Eastern time. I'm not going through all the time zones, don't worry. So I think it's about time that we should get on with our lesson. And for that, we're going to join Pierre-Benoît. So Pierre-Benoît, over to you.
Bonjour and welcome to the club. Moi, c'est Pierre-Benoît and we're back with another discovery video today. Une vidéo découverte. In each of our discovery videos, we'll talk about an interesting fact from somewhere in the world. And while doing so, we'll practice our French and we're going through all the language used in our text together in detail. Moi, je suis prêt, alors partons ensemble à la découverte du monde. Today's text is called S'amuser dans le futur, literally having fun in the future. And it's all about a theme park, but not just like any other. It's a unique one. Let's find out more about it and read the text together. Les parcs d'attractions sont des endroits très amusants et donc très populaires. Cependant, le Futuroscope n'est pas un parc d'attractions comme les autres. Il est basé sur le thème du futur et comprend de nombreuses attractions axées sur les technologies avancées. Le Futuroscope abrite le premier théâtre volant d'Europe ainsi que de nombreux autres cinémas en VR et 4D. Dans le reste du parc, on retrouve des montagnes russes jamais vues auparavant, des jeux vidéo et une tour d'observation spectaculaire. Depuis l'ouverture du parc en 1987, plus de 50 millions de personnes s'y sont rendues. Now, after reading this text once, we have learned a few things, a few facts. And let's get through the text one sentence at a time. Les parcs d'attractions sont des endroits très amusants et donc très populaires. So, theme parks sont, that's the present tense of the verb to be, être, and it's the third person plural, so are, so they are, those theme parks, des endroits, some places, literally très amusants, very amusing, et donc, and therefore, très populaire, very popular. So, theme parks are very fun and popular places to go to. But note, amusant's got an S and populaire has an S too because both adjectives agree with endroit. Un endroit, but here it's in the plural form, des endroits. So amusant, neat, and populaire both need to agree with endroit. So masculine and plural. Our second sentence. Cependant, le Futuroscope n'est pas un parc d'attractions comme les autres. Cependant, however, le Futuroscope, the Futuroscope, n'est pas, is not, un parc d'attractions, a theme park, comme les autres. Literally, like the others. Like any other. On continue? Our third sentence. Il est basé sur le thème du futur et comprend de nombreuses attractions axées sur les technologies avancées. So the sentence starts with il. But il can mean he or can mean it. And here it refers back to le Futuroscope. So I think here in English it would be it. So it is based sur le thème du futur, on the theme of the future. So it's got a futuristic theme. Et comprend, literally comprises, has de nombreuses attractions. So it has some numerous attractions axées. I think we recognize the word an axe, which is an axis. So it's simple words, it's targeted, okay, or it's aimed at. Alors here, it's axé sur les technologies avancées. So aimed at advanced technologies. Our next sentence, le Futuroscope abrite le premier théâtre volant d'Europe, ainsi que de nombreux autres cinémas en VR et 4D. So, le Futuroscope, the Futuroscope, abrite. Now, abrite is an ER verb, abriter, and means to take shelter. So, abrite-toi, take shelter. Come off the... Abrite-toi de la pluie, or you may have an umbrella, okay, sous lequel vous pouvez vous abriter, under which you may be able to take shelter, to shelter. But here I think it's the idea of it comprises, it has the kind of a boasts le premier théâtre volant d'Europe. So the Futuroscope has or boasts the very first theater, but what kind of theater that is? It's théâtre volant. It's a flying theater of Europe, or in Europe. Ainsi que, as well as, de nombreux autres cinémas, numerous and other, or many other cinemas en VR and VR et 4D and 4D. Very advanced technologies here. Dans le reste du parc, on retrouve des montagnes russes jamais vues auparavant, des jeux vidéo et une tour d'observation spectaculaire. Dans le reste du parc, and the rest of the park, this theme park, on retrouve des montagnes russes. So it's retrouve, it's based on trouver, to find. Retrouver, if you retrouver des amis, means you meet them up again. But here it could be the first time. It's like saying on trouve, on retrouve. You can find in there des montagnes russes, roller coasters, jamais vues auparavant, never seen. And see, vu here, V-U-E-S, it needs to agree with les montagnes russes. That's une montagne, so it's feminine. Here we've got des montagnes russes, so it's plural. This is why vu as a past participle has to agree with les montagnes russes. It's used like as an adjective if you want here. So V-U-E-S, on retrouve des montagnes russes jamais vues, never seen, auparavant, before, previously. Auparavant. Quite a nice word that. Not only roller coasters, but also des jeux vidéo, video games, et une tour d'observation spectaculaire, and a spectacular observation tower, rather. So, une tour d'observation, an observation tower. Now, you need to note here for pronunciation's sake, une tour d'observation. The S after the B is a strong S. Observation. Whereas in English, the S sounds like a Z. Observation. That's a big difference between English and French here. Une tour d'observation. Quite strong sounds there. Depuis l'ouverture du parc en 1987, plus de 50 millions de personnes s'y sont rendues. Oh, lovely. So, depuis, since, l'ouverture, the opening du parc, of the park. Remember, in French, we can't have de, le. It becomes du. So, l'ouverture de la maison, the opening of the house, if it's feminine, la maison. But if it's le parc, you cannot have depuis l'ouverture de le parc. You need to say depuis l'ouverture du parc. And it's a contraction, it's DU. En 1987, in 1987, plus de 50 millions, more than 50 millions, de personnes, of people, s'y sont rendus. Oh, we finished the sentence with a lovely structure here. S'y sont rendus. We've got a lovely perfect tense. And we've got the why. Just forget the why there, okay? It's se rendre quelque part is to go somewhere. You're probably familiar with aller en ville, but you could say se rendre en ville. So, se rendre is to go. It's a higher register. Here we've got it in a perfect tense. So, se sont rendus. But because we're saying that it's about the park, so the why here is a pronoun. It means there. It's referring back to the park. So, 50 millions de personnes s'y sont rendues. 50 million people have been there or went there since the opening of the park in 1987. And I could have said se sont rendus au parc. But here, because we've got park already in the first half of the sentence, when we mention the opening, then we can use the pronoun there. And in French, it's using that letter Y, which sounds like I. So it becomes 50 millions de personnes s'y sont rendues. Les parcs d'attractions sont des endroits très amusants et donc très populaires. Cependant, le Futuroscope n'est pas un parc d'attractions comme les autres. Il est basé sur le thème du futur et comprend de nombreuses attractions axées sur les technologies avancées. Le Futuroscope abrite le premier théâtre volant d'Europe ainsi que de nombreux autres cinémas en VR et 4D. Dans le reste du parc, on retrouve des montagnes russes jamais vues auparavant, des jeux vidéo et une tour d'observation spectaculaire. Depuis l'ouverture du parc en 1987, plus de 50 millions de personnes s'y sont rendues. Merci d'avoir regardé cette vidéo avec moi, Pierre-Benoît. I hope you enjoyed practicing your French with this text and found it interesting. There are lots more videos in the Coffee Break French Club, so I hope you enjoy them. I look forward to seeing you again very soon for another one. En attendant, au revoir and happy coffee breaking.
Merci beaucoup, Pierre-Benoît. Thank you very much indeed. Now, thank you for your comments and thank you for your questions during that video. If you do have any more questions about the language in the video, then I'd be very happy to answer them. I wanted to pick up on a few things, first of all. And I think this kind of video, this kind of reading text is a great opportunity to pick up on some interesting points of grammar, things like adjective agreements. There were quite a number of very interesting adjective agreements in there. So we had des endroits amusants. We have a nice liaison there with the des endroits amusants. Des endroits amusants, interesting or fun places. Jamais vus auparavant. So never before seen. Auparavant, I love that word, before, previously. So never previously seen. And the vu, of course, has to agree with the whatever it was stated in the text there. We had a lovely verb, abriter, abriter, to take shelter. We had ainsi que, as well as. And then de nombreux autres cinémas, so numerous other cinemas. And the point that Pierre-Benoît made about observation is really important. He always picks me up on this if I ever say observation. He says, ah non, Mark, c'est pas du français ça. So observation, a p sound there, and observation. And then that lovely final sentence, plus de 50 millions de personnes s'y sont rendues. More than 50 million people went there. Now, I've got a question for you. See if you can work this out. How would you say more than 50 million people went there just using aller? So, plus de 50 millions de personnes. I just want you to put into the chat, went there. So I'm looking for three words. Three words. So they went there using aller. It would be, let me type this out quickly. It'll give you some time to work it out in the chat. So it would be, I'll just put il, and then I'll add the text here. So this is the answer. So ils, oops, that's got funny there. Ils y sont allés, or elles y sont allées, if we're talking about les personnes. So, ils y sont allés, the I stays in, but we don't need the S apostrophe because aller is not reflexive, but se rendre is reflexive. So, well done, Miss Winnie, you got that right. And who else? Claire also got that right. And of course, it depends if we're talking about des personnes. If it would des personnes, it would be y sont allés with an es at the end. But we've used the y sont rendus, s'y sont rendus with the text there. So that's just an example of one of the types of videos that we have in the club. a few questions and a few comments. Some of you have been mentioning that you found the background music a bit distracting. This is actually, we've been doing some surveys with our club members, and it's one thing that a few people have mentioned about the background music in the club videos. So we're actually going through the process of taking out the background music from all of the discovery videos. It's just one type of video in the club, and we'll be uploading and adding these to the club without the background music, so that that's less, so that you can focus more on the actual content there. And I agree when Denise said that Pierre-Benoît is musical enough without the background music. Thanks for that comment. So Janet saying, j'adore les montagnes russes particulières au parc Astérix. Très très bien. Claire saying, this was interesting to watch, but I'm not sure how a learner would take notes. So, obviously, at this point, we're watching this live. This is a live broadcast, and it's not possible to pause a live broadcast. But, of course, in the club, you can pause the videos as you need to. So you can pause it whenever you want to take some notes. And the way we always suggest that learners use our discovery videos is watch through the actual first part, so the part where you've got the story, if you like, and then pause it, perhaps think about what you've understood before Pierre-Benoît or whoever the presenter is goes through the text in more detail. And then you can take the notes as they're explaining the text. And then once you've taken your notes, you can listen again to the whole thing and see how much you've understood at that point. So you can always pause the videos. You can always hold things off so that you can do a little bit of processing before you continue with it. So I hope that answers your question, Claire. Good stuff. Thank you, Claire. So if you've got any more questions about the French in this video, then obviously ask that. But I'm going to explain a little more about the club now. As I said, the club is an on-demand library of video lessons with hundreds of videos like this one, but also like other different styles of videos. In fact, let me just show you what the club looks like. I wonder if I'm going to press the right button here. No, that's not the right button. Let me try this button. There we go. So this is the Coffee Break Club. And you can see as we scroll down, we can access the Coffee Break French videos in here. So if we go to See All, and we'll get all of the videos available. That one, making comparisons in French with comparatives, that was just added today. So we've got reading text, we've got more discovery videos, one about guinea pigs there. We have vocabulary videos, translation challenge videos, and these SIP videos. So SIP stands for Study, Investigation and Practice. So SIP, where we study an aspect of the language, then investigate it in greater detail, and then put it into practice with some translations or some comprehension exercises. And those are our SIP videos there. So you can see there's a whole collection of SIP videos. And also our As-tu deviné où je suis videos. So these are the videos where you're identifying a mystery location from the description. So the whole idea of all of this is that you're practicing your French, but doing so with fun videos that last 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. So in a sense, it's kind of like working out. You do a little bit of French every day, and that way you improve your fitness for French. So the Coffee Break Club is available as a monthly membership. So the monthly cost is $19.99, and that's in dollars. We have to sell the club in dollars because of the platform that it's based on, but most bank cards are able to make a payment in dollars from wherever you are, with no commission. So just check your bank card before you do so, to check that that's not going to have an extra cost to you. I've lost my cursor here. Where's my cursor gone? There's my cursor. So yeah, that's $19.99 per month. But we're offering this week with a special coupon code 30% off your first month. So that would mean if you stayed for a year in the club, it would be $234 in total. Now we also offer a quarterly option, and that is $44.99 per quarter. Again, there's 30% off the first quarter. So that means that your yearly cost would be brought down to $166.50 in your first year. Now, yesterday we were doing one of these videos. We did a live lesson video, and in that lesson and also afterwards by email, we got lots and lots and lots of requests for an annual membership. So we are very delighted to announce today that we're introducing an annual membership to the club, a yearly membership. So that means for a one payment of $199 for the year, you get access to every video in the club. And that's all the French content, but it's also all the Spanish, German, and Italian content. So with all our memberships, you're accessing all the videos for all of the languages within the club. Now, again, there's 30% off that. So today, if you are interested, then you can pay $140 for the first year, and that gives you access to all of the materials for the whole year and all of the new content that we add going forward. And we're adding content very regularly to the club. As I said, there were just new content in there today from Max, I believe. So all of that information, I'll put that on the screen. You can save 30% on the club membership, regardless of whether you go for a monthly, quarterly, or yearly subscription. And to do so, all you need to do is use the coupon code SPRING30 at checkout. And you can go to Coffee Break TV. I think I can put that up here. coffeebreaktv.com, and just click on Join Now, and you'll see the three options for monthly, quarterly, and yearly. Now, one other thing that's important to mention, and that is, if you have already signed up for a monthly or a quarterly membership, you can also swap over to an annual membership and take advantage of that coupon code. So that would be for transferring your membership from an existing monthly or quarterly subscription. You can now do that and go for the annual membership at coffeebreaktv.com. Just go into Coffee Break TV, go to your subscriptions, and upgrade it there to the annual membership. So I hope that's good news. It's exciting news that we can now launch annual memberships. Just to mention, we have been talking about Discover the World today. We've been S'amuser dans le futur in our French video with Pierre-Benoît. We're just about to start a German video with Oliveira, and then we'll be doing a Spanish video a bit later and an Italian video a bit later, all on YouTube or the respective Facebook pages for that. And coming up tomorrow, we'll be testing our translation skills. But for now, there are a couple of questions which I'll try to answer very quickly because our German broadcast is just about to start. So let me see. I've lost my cursor again. Where's my cursor gone? Karen is asking, is there an interactive component for questions on new videos? You can post comments on the videos and we will get back to you if you've got a particular question that you want. Sarah's asking, can a beginner learn a language in a systematic manner using the content you provide? Yes, but not in the club. The club is specifically for maintaining your language skills at an intermediate level, but you can use our main Coffee Break courses for that, Sarah. And Denise is saying that's about £112, and if you can access all languages, it makes sense. Denise, I can't help but agree with you. Thank you very much indeed. We'll be back again tomorrow with another live lesson. I'm sorry this has been a little bit rushed. Merci beaucoup et à la prochaine. Salut!